Front and Center. Front and Center. A focus on important and significant developments affecting the lives of Filipinos, not only in the Philippines, but also those living and working around the world. Join us in Front and Center. Front and Center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
And good day, welcome to Front and Center, where we focus on developments in the Philippines. Legislation that provides policies and directions that strives to promote a better economy for the country. Issues that concern the welfare and well-being of every Filipino. All of these and more will be Front and Center. You can watch this program live on our Facebook page, that's Radyo Pilipinas World Service, and you can also hear us live on our audio streaming, that's on Evox PBS receiver app. So join us for another edition of Front and Center with your host, Jerome Toledo.
Front and Center. Front and Center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Last Monday, more than 60 million Filipino voters here in the country and abroad have partaken in the 2025 midterm national and local elections. That's on last Monday, May 12. And more than 60 senatorial candidates will vie for the 12 seats in the Senate. And as of this moment, May 15. Based on partial and official results based on the certificate of canvass being tabulated by the Commission on Elections, incumbent Senator Christopher Bongo leads the polls. Meanwhile, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, is also leading the count, taking the second spot. And as we know, Senators Go and De La Rosa, PDP Laban candidates, are known allies of the Vice President, which is Sara Duterte, who is now facing threats of impeachment complaints from lawmakers at the House of Representatives. And also on the Alianza side, former Senators Panfilo Ping Lacson and Vicente Tito Soto III made to the spot, while actor-politician Lito Lapid made it to the Magic 12. And as well as the newcomer, which is Camille Villar, the daughter of the outgoing Senator Cynthia Villar, is included in the list. While the sibling of the current president, which is President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., Senator Amy Marcos, is on the 12th spot. However,
Front and Center.
However, there are twists in this election, and as to candidates from neither the Alianza or the PDP Labans or the Dutertes made it to the Magic 12 senators. And also, they are former Senators Bam Aquino and Francis Kiko Pangilinan. And these seasoned politicians did not appear on any poll surveys commissioned for and or by the survey firms such as the Social Weather Stations, Pulse Asia, and also the Octa Research. And that's from the past months, except for one survey company. So having said that, we are joined by Publicus Asia, the only survey company that released a near-accurate poll survey, which was released on May 1st. This month before the election on May 12, which is similar to the actual poll that we are witnessing as of this moment. But first, but before we interview our guests for today, Front and Center will be right back after these messages.
Paliwanag mo sa tao na hindi totoo yan.
Dahil ang totoo, yung totoo ang dapat ninyong malaman.
Nagkalat sa internet ang fake news
Ang
o
ginagawa
mali
ng
at
fake news, tinatapon niya yung tao.
What they are doing is creating panic.
We say no.
Yung pagkalat ng fake news. And some of it's dangerous.
Sana iwasan po natin pag-spread ng fake news.
At di magpapakalat ng disinformation at misinformation ang kasulukuyang administrasyon.
Stop telling us fake news because you're wrong.
Para sa totoo at mapagkakatiwalaang mga balita at impormasyon, Radyo Pilipinas.
This is a public service announcement.
Discipline is the key. Umiwas sa aksidente sa daan. Ang pagmamaneho ay may kaakibat na responsibilidad, hindi basta mapaandar lang ang sasakyan. Kilatisin ang sarili, ang kahandaan sa manibela, Siguruhing inyong konsentrasyon ay hindi magagambala. Importante rin na ating laging isipin, init ng ulo ay huwag pairalin, bagkus kaligtasan ng lahat ang siyang dapat unahin. Isang mahalagang paalala mula sa Presidential Broadcast Service at Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko 738.
This is a public service announcement
From
PBS, Presidential Broadcast Service at Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko 738.
This is a public service announcement.
Maging handa sa oras ng sakuna. Para sa iyo at sa iyong pamilya, laging siguruhin. Go Bag ay nakahanda at naglalaman ng mga sumusunod. Ilang pirasong damit, ready-to-eat na pagkain at inuming aabot ng 3 araw. Personal na gamit para sa inyong hygiene. First aid kit kabilang ang alcohol, bandages, gamot sa lagnat, ubo at sipon, pati na rin ang inyong vitamins at maintenance medicines. Maglagay ng pito, flashlight, lighter o posporo. Huwag kalimutan ang mga charger o power bank. At higit sa lahat, isama ang mga importanteng gamit gaya ng inyong mga legal na dokumento, IDs, ATM o passbook, insurance at iba pa. This is a public service announcement from PBS, Presidential Broadcast Service and Radyo Pilipinas.
Front and center. Front and center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Welcome back to Front and Center. And as we said earlier on our introduction, we're joined by someone from the Publicos Asia because the election result are out and the candidates are and what I mean is the top 12 senators that are in the list right now is led by Senator Bongo and as well as Bato de la Rosa, and also on the list is the former senators Tito Soto and Senator Ping Lacson, and also on the Magic 12 former senators Bam Aquino and Kiko Pangilinan included in the list, which as we know, those two senators that I've mentioned is not included in those surveys commissioned by the SWS Survey, Pulse Asia, and Octa Research. And now to explain what happened and what's going on of how these two senators from the Liberal Party and the KNP included in the Magic 12. So joining me right now is the project lead and analyst from Publicos Asia, Mr. Eric Estrabo. Mr. Eric, good morning. This is Jerome Toledo from Front and Center on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Thank you for joining in the program. Mr. Eric. Okay, so while we are establishing our line with Mr. Eric, because right now the Magic 12 that includes first is Bongo, and as far as I know, second is Bam Aquino. That's according to the partial and unofficial results from the Comelec Media Service. And the third one, I think, is Erwin Tulfo, and the fourth one is the fourth spot belongs to. Let me see here on the list. That's gonna be Rodante Marcoleta, I think, but I have to check on that. But on the fifth spot, that's taken by former Senator Kiko Pangilinan, and number 6, that's gonna be for. Let me see here. Okay. But those two senators from Liberal Party and the KNP included in the Magic 12. Okay, so I think we don't have Mr. Eric Estrabo on the line yet. Okay, so with that, while we are establishing our line with Mr. Eric Estrabo, the project lead and analyst from Publicos Asia, so we'll be right back after this short break.
Stop and Spot.
Paano tayo makasisigurong legit ang impormasyong nababasa natin sa social media?
Spot the source.
Hindi porke nag-viral, totoo. Kaya laging i-fact check ang impormasyong nakuha at tukuyin kung credible ba ang sources ng mga ito.
Spot the purpose.
Hindi lahat ng nakapost ay may mabuting hangarin. Ang iba ay may intensyong makapanira lamang. Kung sa inyong palagay ay hindi nakatutulong para sa mas nakararami ang impormasyon, huwag na itong i-share para hindi na magdulot pa ng gulo o pagkalito.
Spot the ownership.
Legit o edit? I-double check kung totoong nanggaling sa mga legit news providers ang impormasyon dahil baka edited lamang ito ng kung sino para magpakalat ng fake news. I-check muna ang kanilang mga official social media platforms para makasiguro.
Spot the time.
Updated ka nga ba? O baka outdated na yung balitang na i-share mo? Siguraduhin na tingnan mabuti rin ang month, day at year ng impormasyong inyong binabasa upang hindi maging sharer ng mga lumang balita.
Let's be part of the solution. We can be warriors against disinformation and misinformation.
Maging mapanuri sa lahat ng oras. A message from Presidential Communications Office, Department of Education, Commission on Higher Education, DILG, DSWD, Presidential Broadcast Service at Radyo Pilipinas.
Front and center. Front and center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
All right, welcome back to Front and Center with your host, Jerome Toledo. And I think we have now Mr. Eric Estrabo, the project lead and analyst from Publicos Asia. Mr. Eric, good morning again. This is Jerome Toledo from Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good morning, Sir Jerome, and to our viewers and listeners today.
Okay. So survey firms were surprised that some of the top 12 candidates. So let me start with this point, Mr. Eric. In the partial and unofficial tally of the Commission on Elections or COMELEC, either made it or did not make the cut. So among the notables are former Senators Bam Aquino and Kiko Pangilinan, which they rank second and fifth rank respectively. What can you say about that phenomenon, Mr. Eric? What does it tell you?
Well, as we see in our election results, we can say that there are a change of preference in the last minute, in the last week of the campaigns period, from May 2 to May 10. So it means that the voters have reevaluated their choices and make an informed vote on the day election. So that is why we have seen that Ben Bitag Tulfo and Manny Pacquiao went down or became
that's right.
behind of the Magic 12. Unlike in our previous survey conducted on May 1, we have seen that Ben Bitag Tulfo and Manny Pacquiao is still in the Magic 12. So
Yes.
in short, there is a change of voter preference in the last leg of the campaign.
Yeah. But those people or those senatorial candidates are front runner as well. And the surprising thing is Camille Villar is not included in top 3 survey firms. So, and right now, as we are seeing the partial and unofficial and as well as a partial and official, Camille Villar is included in the Magic 12. So, can you explain what's the magic behind that?
Well, as you can see that Camille Villar got the endorsement of Vice President Sara Duterte. So before the last leg of campaign, so it provided her a boost on the number of votes. That is why some of the Mindanawans and Visayans voted for her as part of the endorsement of the Vice President.
Okay, and as well as the President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s sister, which is Senator Amy Marcos. There's a low chance that she will win this election, but we're surprised that she's included in the top 12 or the Magic 12 of the partial and official and unofficial results.
Well, Senator Amy Marcos landing in the 12th spot. I think there will be no movement as we are seeing right now in the election returns being processed and are received by COMELEC. There will be no movements as the 13th place, which is Ben Bitag Tulfo, needs at least 1.1 million to overtake Senator Amy Marcos. So it and 1.1 million is a big difference between the 12th and 13th place. So I think the Senator Amy Marcos would remain in the 12th place until the last election returns would be received and processed by COMELEC.
Okay. And I'm curious, Mr. Eric, because besides those candidates that entering the Magic 12, is the inclusion inclusion of two candidates from neither Alianza or the Duterte, as they call it, particularly the inclusion of former senators Kiko Pangilinan and Bam Aquino on the list. So and also I read on your last survey on May 1st, which Publicus that or the Publicus said that the Aquino and Pangilinan led in Luzon, including Metro Manila, North and Central Luzon, and South Luzon. And on the election day, Mr. Eric, they get the similar lead on those areas. Do you see this happening?
Well, we are also surprised that former Senator Kiko Pangilinan and especially Bam Aquino will land in the top 6 of this election, and we can infer that the youth vote, especially the millennials and Gen Z, supported them because of their advocacies and their platforms that really reach in their hearts, and especially to their what is prevailing issues in our country. It's like, for example, Senator Bam Aquino advocated for free tertiary education, and he said if he will win, he would continue these education reforms. And we all know that we are in a state of education crisis, and I think this is a very important issue right now for millennials and Gen Z, and that's why it's very important, because education is it makes our workforce more skillful and more competitive. And for Kiko Pangilinan, who advocated for food security and agricultural reform, I think it's very important for us because we are experiencing high rising prices of agricultural products, especially rice.
But of course, given that this event or phenomenon in our midterm election, so what would this election results dictate?
Well, the election shows that we have very informed voters, especially the youth. They made an impact for this election, and I think it's very important to see that the Gen Zs and millennials are heard in this election. And I think it's based on the election results, it's all about focusing on the long-term solutions on prevailing issues, because on the top 5 senatorial candidates in the Magic 12, they are standing on the issues that matters for Filipinos. For example, Bongo, healthcare. Bam Aquino, education. Bato de la Rosa is peace and order.
Yes.
So I think it's all about working together and stopping on the politicking or the rivalry between the Marcoses and the Dutertes. So that is why Filipinos right now is dismayed that in 3 years there was no change at all in their or there's no improvement in their lives. So it's very important that in the next 3 years they will be that this government will focus on the needs of the people.
Okay. All right. In the Magic 12, Mr. Eric, there are 5 Alianza candidates that is included on the list. Meanwhile, there's another 5 candidates included on that list, which is the Alianza, or which is the candidate supported by Vice President Sara Duterte. So, since and also there's 2 senators from the LP and the KNP side. So since there will be a split in the Senate along the way, how would these affect in the lawmaking process? Do you see any change or any effects on this?
Well, we would be witnessing some legislations be blocked by senators who are opposing the administration, especially on key legislations and programs by the Marcos administration. For example, ACA, the Ayuda programs, and the LEDAC priority initiatives of the president. And after this election, it is very important uh, to watch and to learn how and to witness how the 20th Congress, the senators would scrutinize the 2026 proposed budget,
Yes.
and how the impeachment trial will move forward.
Okay. See, yeah, that's I'm going to ask. What about the impeachment process? So, since there will be a known split in the Senate, coming 20th Congress. So, what will be the process for the impeachments of Sara Duterte, and as well as there's a reported impeachment complaint filed by a certain party list group.
Okay, so first in the Senate, where the vice president will be facing for her impeachment complaint before the Senate, there will be a possibility that the vice president will be acquitted, and also there will be some people will make a swing votes whether they will convict or acquit the vice president. So let's see how the impeachment trial will go. On the supposed impeachment complaint on the president, I think it would be it there will be a limited time to discuss on what are the context and the content of the impeachment, but rather it is also a very important issue that should be tackled in the lower house, because whether the president was the decision of the president to allow the arrest of former President Duterte and transfer him to the ICC is unconstitutional or not.
Okay. So, in your own point of view, Mr. Eric, do you see incoming senators will support this political maneuvering?
Well, I think what we need right now is the incoming senators would be focusing on the priority measures that needs to be passed and into law, and to focus on the prevailing issues right now. At the end of the day, they are voted by these voters, and they are expected to do their job responsibly and to stand on issues that matters for them. And for the political maneuvering, I think it's more on of the public welfare first over the self-interest.
Okay. All right. So I'm down to my last question. Unfortunately, we don't have much time, Mr. Eric. Okay, but what can you advise to the president as well as the vice president regarding this complex situation at the Senate coming 20th Congress?
Well, my advice to the leaders of this country is to focus on what's more important for the Filipinos, which is food security, peace and order, and combating corruption.
Right. Well said. And with that, thank you, Mr. Eric Estrabo, the analyst and as well as the project lead of Publicos Asia, for taking our call and joining in the program. Thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you very much.
And you just heard Mr. Eric Estrabo, the analyst and project lead of Publicos Asia.
Front and center. Front and center. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
And with that, we conclude this edition of Front and Center together with Radyo Pilipinas World Service production team and technical personnel. This is your host, Jerome Toledo. Until next time, mabuhay, love the Philippines.
You have just heard and watched Front and Center. Front and Center. Join us again for another edition here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Front and Center.